Okay, folks, I'm here outside Amber Connor's house, and perhaps you can see a couple of the bullet holes there. I will be doing a close-up. I'm going to get on the ladder later. So here with the lovely Amber Connor as well. And did you just want to tell, from your point of view, what you experienced on Christmas Day Eve?
Yes.
Yeah, how did that pan out?
Well, my husband and I were sitting right on the other side of this wall right here, and my kids were one room over, and we had been watching Home Alone, Home Alone 2. They got to Home Alone 3, and my husband and I needed a break. We went around to talk about what we were going to do the rest of the vacation time away from school. And as soon as we sat down to kind of discuss our schedule, we heard 5 gunshots. The minute around the 3rd gunshot came through, I yelled, "Get on the ground, get on the floor," to my kids. I got on the floor. As I got to the front of, or where my kids were sitting, I noticed my youngest one wasn't there, and I yelled out for him. He said he was on the stairs, like laying, and I said, "Well, come down here." And my husband had taken off outside to jump the fence to try to see what kind of vehicle it was. And I called 911. The police were here in under 10 minutes. And that's when they began looking for shell casings. And then I started to look at the video camera footage to see if there was anything that showed like who may have done it. I was hoping to get a license plate, but there's a light that is, it kind of blurs it because it's very bright on that corner. So it caused a little bit of a glare. And since then, we have found a couple of the bullets and found where there are bullet holes in the cornice board, and then the one that went through the bedroom. So there's some bullets to be pulled out that my husband is going to pull out later today.
And there was a second shot or second firing. Was that yesterday that your husband was telling me about?
I wasn't here.
Okay, you weren't
so
here for that?
I have no idea.
Okay. That was the bullet I saw, the first bullet I saw.
Yeah.
It was not a hollow point.
Right. So I have no idea. I wasn't here. I was
Okay.
running errands, dropping off a lot of baked goods and Christmas stuff that I made for like.
So would you say this
clients.
is the side of the house or the front? Probably the side.
This
right?
is the side. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm referring to is another shot. And so the guy, he drove from here and then turned the corner up this way, as we saw on the security footage. And in addition to that, I procured the high quality version of that because actually what you guys saw was just Amber, I think, recording with her phone.
It.
So I got a little better view of the car. I might be able to look at the license plate. It's very hard to see, though, like Amber said, with the light. But what I just mentioned was another bullet that was actually lodged into the shed, kind of the corner of the hinge on the door. It went in, and Amber's husband got that out as well. But that happened yesterday, and as Amber said, she was not here for that. And we don't know if that's related or not, but it definitely did happen because I will... I'll put in the video of that, as well as I took a picture of that bullet too. But the bullets used here were hollow points, which mushroom out as they hit a target. So they kind of splinter into small pieces for maximum internal damage. So that's what happened. 11:15 p.m., almost on the dot, on Christmas Day evening, and pretty scary stuff. Anything else you wanted to add? Your boys were troopers, it sounded like, from what you told me earlier.
I mean, yeah, they're so young. They woke up the next day. They didn't even talk about it. And when the officer came in to view the video camera footage, they had their Nerf guns, and they said, "Hey, we've got this. We can help placement it." And so they kind of laughed. But they're little, so I'm just happy they weren't traumatized, and that they were just kind of like, okay, that is such a relief. And I think that's what's helped me process it, is if you mess with my kids, that's really, I was already really angry about that, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that they were not traumatized by the whole situation.
Grizzly bears, it's the mama bear you want to look out for, not the males. The mama bears are the ones that kill you. But you actually said you did a local Fox interview
Yes.
yesterday,
Yes.
and that should be going up tonight, hopefully.
Yes.
Okay, and how did that go? And how are they did they tell you kind of the lens they're projecting that story?
Well, I
or
think they're waiting on the investigation. So
Okay.
from their standpoint, I mean, our homicide rate has gone up significantly in Atlanta.
a 20-year high, you said?
Yes, 20-year high.
I
So
saw that the other day.
I think for them, they were just like, wait a minute. We had someone who's active in the community have their house shot at. It's not like, oh, I received, death threats on the phone or whatever. It was literally, the house being shot. So I think for them, it was them wanting to know, A, what's going on, B, trying to push for the investigation to kind of hurry along and to bring more eyes to it, and then to get what my feelings were on it, and to kind of find out what all took place that evening. And so I told them what I'd been active doing, and not only am I active here in Atlanta, like when it comes to city council and it comes to local government and state government, and the mayoral election that happened a while back, and how I complained about voter fraud at that time, but also the crime and the amount that it has just exceeded from previous years. So to them, I think they just wanted to hear what I was saying about it, and get kind of like a play-by-play about what happened that evening. And so I just kind of told them everything that took place and what I had been doing. But with local media, they only have like 30-second slots, so
Right,
who knows
right.
how they're going to do it.
Right.
They're usually really good at reporting. I just don't know how. They're probably going to attribute it to crime because it's a crime, but they may just attribute it to someone who's active in the community getting their house shot. So I'm not quite sure.
Thank you, Amber. I really appreciate your time today and for explaining what happened on Christmas Day and the shooting that occurred. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's good. And
Okay.
then later, Chase can show you.
Yeah, I'll be
up close on the ladder.
I'll be going up on the ladder later, and we can see the close-ups, and then we can actually look at the bullets as well. Stay frosty, folks. Stay frosty, folks.